Very good morning. Can I have a warm good morning?
Good morning.
Thank you. At the outset, let me thank the organizers, Mr. Murthy, for having invited me here for this inaugural address for the VSoft Vision 2014. And I must compliment the way it has been really imbibed, the philosophy of cricket, wonderful by VSoft. I think I will definitely put it on my table so that I really am passionate about the payment systems and pushing technology into banking. So it's really going to remind me of my passion. Let me tell you that why I am here, very frankly. There are two reasons I am here. One is that one of my colleagues, Mr. Shiva Kumar, who is here amidst you, called me one late evening around 9:30. I had lost touch with him for last 5 to 6 years. But then he said, "Sir, I am Shiva Kumar." I said, "I am not able to place you immediately." Then he said, "Sir, we set up the centralization of the clearing in Mumbai." And that was way back in 2006-07, if I am not wrong. That was the time when my parent bank, Union Bank of India, had almost completed 100% core banking. What happens? That unless there is a great engagement of the business vertical, your execution of the product doesn't really take place. And that was a marriage between me and Shiva Kumar, where he was a technology guy and I was only on the execution side. I told Mr. Murthy that I'm a absolutely grassroots banker. Yes, I'm a science graduate, so I know a little bit about technology. But then my passion for using technology drove me to do many things innovatively in Union Bank of India. That resulted into my chairman handing me over a responsibility of setting up a department called Transaction Banking Department, which was not there in any public sector bank. The concept was borrowed from one of the multinational banks, and my chairman called me one day that Mr.Tanksale, I am drawing you from a field and you have to set up this department out of the zero. I was just told that this is the presentation and you drive through it. And then it was nothing. The idea was that I'm okay without presentation also. I only learned one lesson, that am I really taking my technology to the end user? Is he really comfortable? Is he really finding a value in it? Let me tell you, as a general manager transaction banking, I personally wanted the corporates to understand how would they like me to deliver the product. And I think we developed many customized products in Union Bank of India. When I moved to Financial Bank as a director, the then chairman, Dr. Chakravarti, who just retired as a deputy governor, he said, "What is this transaction banking?" I was telling you, you have done something great about it. Then I explained it. And yesterday I was in Delhi in Financial Bank, and when I saw the board of transaction banking department passing through, I was reminded that this was again, and I'm sure these banks are doing extremely well on technology. Since I was told that I should be talking about core banking plus payment systems, I thought I must first tell. In any case, payment system is a byproduct of the basic core banking, I would say. Thus, the core banking utilization is one of the key thing. I still would like to educate the bankers that are you really drawing the optimal benefits of core banking or not, should be seen not by your perspective, but from a perspective of your customers, from a perspective of your employees who are in the business verticals. N number of things which are happening manually. When I take you through the presentation, which I would like to do a little quickly, you'll see that still the use of alternate delivery channels and systems is hardly about 40% of the 60% is still manual. I mean, where are we lacking in pushing the technology? We'll have to really examine. Uh, okay, thank you. The second thing which brought me here is a real passion for this. I've been called in most of the technology conferences, maybe that they feel I am a technology person, but maybe that they feel I at least talk of promoting and using a technology, and I have a wonderful support coming from Mr. Petgaonkar, who is my chief advisor as technology. He was a CJ with Reserve Bank of India. Why I want to tell you this today, that yesterday, last 2 days I was busy in Delhi in various meetings, and then yesterday both of us were there. I'll share with you what are the decisions taken. I just asked him, Petgaonkar, have to go to VSoft. I don't remember whether we have prepared any PPT or any talking points. And then he said, sir, don't worry, it will be. Morning when I got up at 6 o'clock, and usually what I do that, I look at my iPad, what are the mails and all, and I find the gentleman had sent me the PPT, which he made at 2:51 a.m. Thank you, and hats off to you. This is a passion. I think it is a clapping. See, unless you have a passion for it, it can't happen. Let me tell you that how passionately the things are driven. I used to have a whiteboard in my room as a general manager transaction banking, and believe me, in 6 months, I put up 1,000 ATMs in those days of 2008. Today, I think Union Bank claims to have 200% of ATMs above their branch network. Am I right? You have 6,000 ATMs? Should be around that. 1,000 ATMs were completed then. The e-lobbies were set up in 2000. The first e-lobby was inaugurated in Banjara Hills, Hyderabad by Chidambaram in 2008. I mean, see, the passion should drive you, then only you can really achieve what you want. And I think it's a great, what I say, the comparison between the cricket and the technology or this your payment systems, where the evolution, say good old days, only test matches, listening to commentary on the radio. Thereon we came to one day, thereon to IPLs, 2020 and whatnot, and look at the passion and the craze. The last Sunday, I think I also saw the match from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock, although I had a flight at 6 in the morning. And the most unfortunate that all those crazy boys had the beating on the ceremony. You are all aware that there was a lathi charge for the viewers, because they're all passionate about it. But it's a matter of passion, and that's how I think banking and technology has evolved. Let me tell you, but for technology, I still wonder. I started as a banker in 1934, when we used to do the manual balancing, we used to do the interest applications, checking of interest application, clearing, and so on, so on. Today, what a bank manager or a branch staff is required to do? I think he is only required to really service the customer. Most of the things have been really hived out to the back office, and technology has taken care of it. Your check truncation has also now made your centralized clearing redundant to some extent. I think it's quite obvious with the growth in technology, redundancy has to come, and you have to be innovative. Of course, you are going to discuss the CTS also, I understand. It has been a great evolution in the banking industry, but I personally, as a banker, feel that what we have invested in terms of technology, we must look at return on investment in a little different manner. In good old days, I know the return on investment was see how much manpower we have released, how much is the cost of that, and that kind of costing we used to do. I think you have to have a different perspective totally now, that how much percentage of the manual business is yet to be brought on the table. Unless you do that, let me tell you, my both children are in US, one is in the software, one is of course in the psychology, and I just asked them whenever I discussed with them that how many occasions you go to your bank branch. My daughter said she is there for 5 years. Papa, I might have gone once or twice max in 5 years. My son, when he is in US, when I go with him, he doesn't allow me to take out the wallet because I will take out the currency note. He said, Papa, this is an economy where if you if you take out a currency note, you will be seen differently. And believe me, it happened with me. I said, I will pay. I gave $100 bill to the shopkeeper and it went 3 times inside to check whether it is a genuine currency or it's a... I mean, that kind of a society is really evolving. And we also want that. Reserve Bank is talking about the, if not the cashless, less cash society. But then, what is the cash volumes we are still handling? Mind-boggling cash handling is happening in the country, whether it is for ATM or within the bank or outside the bank. The numbers are mind-boggling. I don't know whether those numbers were captured here or not. Let me tell you, I will run through my presentation quickly in forward of time, but those numbers are really mind-boggling. The other thing which I thought I will share with you that today's banking and why banking, entire service industry philosophy is moving from a philosophy of caveat emptor to caveat vendator. That is, in caveat emptor, we assume that the customer knows everything. You bring out some literature and all that, put on your website and everything, and you feel like you have done your duty. Customer knows everything. No. Now in the philosophy of caveat vendator, that is the Customer Protection Act, there is a huge responsibility on the bankers to see that whether you sell a technology or not technology product, the whole responsibility is on you that you have sold a suitable product, you have prescribed a suitable product. Yesterday I met my colleague Mr. Mukherjee, who is a CEO and MD of IFCI. He was my ED in Central Bank of India. He said, sir, मेरा नाम पेपर में देखा क्या आपने? I don't know, what is that new thing you have done? Sir, मेरे credit card में forgery होगी 75 lakhs. I think Sunday Times of India or Monday Times of India carries this news. CEO of a banking industry, Mr. Mukherjee's credit card. I mean, so these kind of challenges are there with us. And if these challenges can be addressed by proper securing, by properly prescribing, by properly giving your products to the customers, then only I think that the things will really go well, the confidence levels will go up among the customers. Yesterday, we had probably a full day meeting in the ministry. I would request that let it remain confined because many things are yet to come, but 3 major things which I must share with you. A glass of water. What will you decide? Thank you. Struggling for last 3 years to see that how can we take mobile banking to the masses. Let me tell you one more thing which I wanted to tell, that cricket is a game of masses now, and so is the technology is a game of masses. This is the country where 90% density is there in the mobile telephony. 900 million plus mobile connections are there in a population of 1200 millions. That kind of, I don't know density really exists anywhere in the world, but yes. And that too with 40% exclusion, 40% do not have the banking. Maybe on literacy there must be on the same figures that our literacy may be 60 to 70%, but then when it comes to mobile telephony, I think we are all literate, absolutely. You look at your driver, you look at your bed servant, you look at anybody busy with the phones and do have the phone. They may even charge their phone for 50 rupees and recharge for another 50 rupees, but they use the phones. With that kind of a thing, yesterday the achievement is that the platform of USSD, that is *99#, I learned now this. It's going to be operational. All the telcos have agreed to sign. Few of them already signed, and we may launch in a big way in June end or early July. But again, a challenge that after launching what? Am I really going to make it really, I mean, every individual is it going to really use it? If this gathering has got only bankers, am I right? It's only bankers. I would like to caution you all that telcos are absolutely committed to see that they are into the banking also. They have already entered to the prepaid instruments, PPIs, the mobile wallets, and yesterday there was a big argument that with that, why don't you permit us for a cash out? And let me tell you, the feel is that if the bankers cannot serve the community, why not there be a complementary and supplementary institutions meeting the need of the society? And I think, although I argued out against that it's too early to take such a call, but then I think that kind of openness is there and has to be there. What's wrong? If I fail to take the financial inclusion to the last mile, if I fail to really give the banking facilities to whatever infrastructure I have created, 125,000 business correspondent agents, handheld devices, mobile banking, and so on and so forth. But then if I am failing to do it, then what do I do? You can't say that yes, I will fail, but you don't give it to others. It can't happen. And thus that's going to be a big challenge. So please, my dear bankers, see that when you make the products, not only that you make the products, see that the products are well received by the customers. Unless they are well received by the customer and used, and the purpose is served by having of all the transactions to the alternate delivery channels, to the various payment systems, it's not really going to help. The third point on this is that very good opportunity. 121 districts have experienced routing various kind of subsidies, which is called direct benefit transfers. It is going to be rolled out across the country by this government. Wonderful. Whatever may be the budget on the subsidy, I don't want to comment on that. Subsidies are going to be. I think subsidies are going to be there. Believe me that subsidies will have to be channelized only through the banking channel using a technology. No government can tolerate the leakages and wastages which are happening in the subsidy being paid to the last mile in a manual way or physical way. And thus is going to be great opportunity, and whether we debate or whatever it may be, it has to be Aadhaar linked. 50% of the population has been registered under Aadhaar. Instead of getting into debate what is the problem, I think we must all accept that today if the database on any individual in US is perfect, it is just because every individual is linked to SSN. Am I right, Mr. Moti? Because you have lived there, you have served there. I have learned all this because I go to my children and I learn from them. So much minute information is there and it operates as a deterrent. Your children in US would not like to conduct the way we are freely conducting in our country, taking everything for granted. They are absolutely careful that if one of my misconduct is captured on SSN, right from my expenditure behavior, you are likely to be wrong. Because your credit card swap, your debit card swap, your purchases, everything gets accumulated at some place, and somewhere somebody is watching how this gentleman is spending. I think these are all going to be the challenges of the future, which I thought I must share with you. And thus it's a great opportunity if this money comes to the banking channel, and if we are all able to ensure that that customer understands the banking, that is through a good efforts on financial literacy, that his money in the bank is safe, it is as good as money lying in his boxes, and that he can use your mobile wallet or your cards as good as cash everywhere across when I'll take you the presentation, you will see it's terrible. How many POS terminals you have vis-a-vis number of shops in the country? How many POS terminals you have vis-a-vis the total debit cards and credit cards in the country? It's dismal. So I think all these challenges, if we can really drive through, do you want me to really take you through the presentation, or I think I have given a good perspective. Okay, I'll take one or two more two slides. See, I just gave a perspective that what is the size of an opportunity which we all in India have. Can you? स्लाइडर इज फॉर मुझे भी बड़ा कर दो यार यहाँ पे स्लाइड शो वगैरह स्लाइड इज फॉर दिस आई वांट दिस टू बी मेड बिग हियर